I'm about to riz up the camera. Alright.
Alright, you good?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's rolling currently.
Okay. Hi, my name is Niko Lozada, and I'm a virtual reality filmmaker. I've been doing VR filmmaking in particular. I think it started around 10th grade. It was a documentary about how some people kind of live in VR. It was kind of an investigation of how that works and psychological effects. And all it really did was tell me to stay away from that particular game. So yeah, so that documentary was really fun and it got me a lot of traction. From there, I did another documentary and then I started doing the short films, and it kind of was exponential from there. When you're creating a film in a virtual space, there's almost little to no budget aside from your physical equipment. And there's no physical space required aside from your real life play space, which is in this case just your room. And there's honestly, you have complete and utter control of your entire environment. It's sort of like combining the best aspects of live action and animation into one type of thing. In live action, you don't have complete control over the environment. You have a limited control. You have to use real life resources, real people. There's a bunch of things you have to do. With animation, you have complete control over everything, but it takes forever. It takes forever. It just is super time consuming and super inefficient, and you need a whole team of people to make a good product. VR film combines both of these things because you have people physically moving their controllers to make it seem as though the characters are moving in the digital space. However, it sort of combines that real life sort of movement with the complete controlled environment of a digital space, which is very efficient. The whole process is super efficient. However, there are definitely some drawbacks that are quite annoying. It's very experimental, so the particular program we use has simulated physics, a physics engine. Basically what that means is that real life physics are emulated in the software, and you can use that to create practical effects. So you can drop things onto the screen, you can basically treat it like a real film without physical things. But the issue with that is it can be very buggy sometimes. Things will break, things will just randomly stop working. It's just super experimental, super new. And we've had a lot of drawbacks and a lot of just a lot of delays from just glitches and just things that when they just don't go right. But every filmmaker has something like that happen. So you just gotta work around that stuff. The similarities and differences between traditional film and VR film, they're most similar when you're using an environment that's physics-based. When everything reacts to gravity and everything works how it does in the real world, you actually have to physically build a set. You have to physically put all the items you want into the place you want. Although it is a lot faster because you can just spawn things in and just place them real quick. There's also a lot of gadgets that you can use to help you with that, to sort of manipulate your environment in ways that you probably couldn't in the real world. However, it is quite similar when it comes down to camera shots. You have to hold the camera and move it along with your actors, or lighting. You have to physically place lights where you want in order to make the shot look good. So there are a lot of similarities with this particular type of VR filmmaking. In terms of the future for something like this, it's honestly really hard to say if it'll become something that becomes sort of mainstream or not, because it's still so experimental, it's so niche, and there's barely any people doing it. I'm not the only one doing it. There's big old communities on the internet that love VR filmmaking. So it kind of is in its infancy. I think I can see it kind of picking up some traction in the future, but I know I really like doing it. I know I really want to keep doing it, and part of it is a combination of my hyperfixation with virtual reality and my hyperfixation with filmmaking and storytelling. And I just like it because it's a really great way to kind of combine those two interests into something really fun and something really impressive that a lot of people really like. And I just want to make something really cool that everyone can appreciate and more people can get into, because the reason it's so easy to make and it's so easy to learn that more people could actually start using it to kind of get their stories out there without a huge budget. And I don't know, maybe I can help give it more traction, you know? I'm just trying to just bring it to more people and show that sort of potential that it has, because it's really all it is right now is potential.